everybody. Welcome to your 7-step program to start taking control of your health plan costs. So, who's this series for? We wanted to put this out for companies, small, mid-sized companies with fewer than 500 employees. And what we'll point out and what we'll show you is even for companies that have fewer than 100 employees, where you're just stuck in this, you're helpless. You're completely at the mercy of the insurance carriers. Either here's your renewal or here's your new plan, here's your 10 options, take it or leave it, right? And what do? I mean, you just feel helpless. So this is what we're trying to solve, and this is how we do it. So we just go each step of the way, and then we'll sit down and I'll take you guys through your decision tree just to kind of give you a high level view, kind of like the first day of school, right? Here's your syllabus, here's what we're going to do. These videos will always be short and sweet, and we want to just give you all the guidance, all the help you need. So if you're stuck in this, and really we can go down to 25 employees and still get you all your claims data. The data is how you start solving everything, right? So your data and your transparency solves most of your ills, right? Because right now your costs are going up, especially even our July renewals, the standard was 14% higher. And then what do you do if you don't have your data? Oh, we're gonna go back and fight for you. With what? What are you gonna fight with? Okay, here's your 8%, here's your 8% increase if you don't have your data. Okay, take it or leave it. So that's what we're trying to avoid, right? So your costs are going up, HR is overwhelmed, the employees probably don't even appreciate the plan, or they kind of resent the plan because everything's out of control, right? So if you take control of your plan, of your costs, then everything just starts feeding on itself. So our job, my job, is to give you some options, right? Where you just don't have any right now. And we're gonna start walking through that decision tree, what that looks like, so you can understand and how this would start to make sense. Again, even for a smaller employee with 25 to 100 employees, we have fully insured options and self-funded options, and we have customers all over that gamut. So appreciate it. Thank you very much. Looking forward to see you next time. And then I'll do a little screen share here in a second and walk you through the decision tree. Reach out anytime, text anytime, 949-919-4460. We'll get back to you anytime. All right, bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So let's go through the steps here, and starting 1, and we're going to end up at 7. So again, just the overview. So we just chatted about in step 1 how we want to score your current policy with HR, with the employees, with the cost. Get our renewal quotes if that's coming up for you, and see what we're starting with. This is one of my favorite parts to go with. We're going to hit this next week. We usually update these on Tuesdays and Fridays. So look to see a new email from us on Tuesday and Friday with new steps as we progress. And we start looking at our claims data. How do we get it? What do we start looking at? Do we want to even look at self-funded options? And again, we have self-funded options going down to 25 employees. And now once we do start going down a self-funded road, we'll look at reference-based pricing, just incredible stuff. One of the biggest areas you have to keep an eye on in terms of costs blowing up on you out of nowhere these days are prescriptions. This is where a lot of the risk is these days. I mean, it's progressing from 10, 15% of your plan spend to 20, 25% in a hurry. And then we're going to look at second opinion. Phenomenal stuff for employees, especially the employees that are unfortunately sick, and employees that get sick with very serious illnesses where you could be in a life and death situation. This is a tremendous benefit to have. And it's actually a positive ROI, which is amazing. And then we're going to look at direct primary care. What is this? How does that help? What do we want to do? When do we want to use it? That sort of thing. So now we're going to look at your decision tree just to give you a little bit of a feel for that. And this is our process. It's very simple. This is what we walk through each and every time with you, and we love to put a visual in front of you so you know exactly what we're doing, and you know exactly what's coming. And this is, again, we kind of score the plan and get going. get our renewal quotes that we're working with, and then start pulling our claims. How do we do that? What are the different scenarios where we can get them, where we can't get data, that sort of thing. And then once we start looking at our data, how's our loss ratio over time? What does that look like? What's your employee age? It's sort of, and this is in one of the steps in here where we kind of dig into that a little bit more with an age grid. But for the most part, age is the biggest indicator of it, obviously, of what kind of health spend. If you have a bunch of 20 something year olds, you're not going to have much health spend, right? So this isn't going to be as, impactful to your costs. If you have a bunch of 30-year-olds, make darn sure you got maternity on there, that type of thing. And 40, 50, 60, now, the wheels start loosening up on a car. So then we have to be more and more progressive and aggressive with the care we put in place to make sure that our employees are taken care of and we don't get hit with costs that we're not expecting. So and now what if we don't have a good loss history and we have an older population? Now there are things we can do to mitigate, especially against an older population that we'll get into over time. But we can still look at the secondary insurance plan regardless, just because of the tax advantages, and we'll stay fully insured. But now, if we do have good loss history, then we start looking in the realm of self funding, and again, we'll go back with RVP, reference based pricing and prescription. Make sure we get cost containment on there. And then, as we kind of wind our way back, we'll look at the tenure of your employees. Do you have older employees that have been with you 10, 15 years? Are they likely to stick around? Are you guys sort of in one geographical location? If so, you definitely want to look at stuff like direct primary care. It's a huge cost savings to the plan, so very positive ROI. In addition to, now we can also add in a second opinion program, so now your employees are so well taken care of, and we got to communicate that to them and get them using those plans, get them using these benefits, and you'll see it's a phenomenal thing, right? They use more and more of these benefits, and your ROI goes up more and more as they're more and more engaged. So that's what we love to do. That's our job, and that's it. So we'll get back to you again. Look out for your emails on Tuesday, Friday. We're gonna come through with next week on step one, or pardon me, step two, and then we'll start digging into the secondary insurance. And that's, as we're kind of going back through here, we will get you to this part. Start next time. Thanks a lot, and look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.